For anyone that's going to watch this video in the future, I highly encourage you all to subscribe to the channel. Let me just flip this around real quick. So I am recording Galaxy Z Fold. Okay. I'm also trading this on my prop account. So we'll be taking a look at NASDAQ 100 this morning. As you can see, price has extremely dropped in Asia. Feels like now Asia session is the session that you want to trade, which is crazy. I mean, huge drop from 30,106 all the way down to 29,600. That is a huge move throughout the Asia, London, now leading into New York. I like how price is trading now in a new week opening gap. We're like in between two new week opening gaps. So if we manage to rip through this new week at 29,658, then it's very likely that we're going to see price climb up higher. 1,743. Once we get a nice rip through those levels, then I will be looking for an entry, potential entry, maybe around the 1050 macro time, with a target of 30,100. So since we already had a pretty big sell-off, sorry, I was going to say rally, but a pretty big sell-off in Asia, we may even consolidate. I mean, we may see a nice little rip here, but consolidate throughout the New York AM session, and finally start to move in the PM session. But we shall see. Only thing we can do is just wait and see what price tells us. But if you're new to the channel and to the stream, please subscribe to the channel. Give this stream a like. I will continue to stream more often, only if I'm able to stream, right? Because I still work in a 9 to 5, so if I do have some employees running into my office, more likely I'm going to be like, cut the stream off. But anyways, it does feel good today, and I'm trying to stay here in the office, trying to cool off, especially in this Texas heat. It's about 108, which is crazy, but you know, I've been living in Texas for the longest time, so I'm already used to this heat. All right, so back to the charts real quick. Right now, we're already breaching the new week opening gap at 29,652. A bit of a rejection there, but if we manage to break this short-term high at 29,703, that would give us a little bit more confidence to potentially break above the first percent of fair value gap at midpoint of 29,688. So that could be a potential entry there to target the 29,920. So again, I don't have an entry at the moment. I'm still waiting for more confirmations. As a matter of fact, I'm in the wrong. Let me go. Any minis. So the rules are pretty simple, pretty straightforward. We want to wait for price to open above the 200 EMA, and then for price to continue giving us more confirmations. Obviously, all of the indicators have to agree with each other in order for this bullish trade to unfold, right? Give me 1 second. I'm trying to pull up my sheet here. So for a bullish playbook, obviously price trading above the 200 EMA, and the intermediate confirmation has to be the 50 EMA above the 200 EMA, or price crossing above the 50 EMA. The volume confirmation that we need to seek is price trading above the VWAP. So the VWAP is that light blue line that you guys see there. Go back to the 3. And I do believe we're going to see price break above this first percentage fair value gap. And we have the midpoint of the opening range at 29,877.50. So we managed to open above that midpoint as well. That would give us more confirmation and strength approval of price continuing to 30,150 or 30,200. So we'll see. We just have to wait, be patient. So far, I like the 3-minute chart. I feel like this strategy works the best in the 3-minute, even though it was, whenever I was putting it together, it was originally created for the 10 and the 15 minutes. But, after doing a little bit more forward testing, I feel like the 3-minute is perfect with this strategy. Then in Asia, I like to trade on the 1 minute. So we're almost leading into the 1050 macro. It's already 1027. It's already 929 in my time zone. But it's 1029, sorry, yeah. 1029, 1030. We may see some activity here at 1030. Notice that every 30 minutes we start to see some volatility kick in. So real quick, I'm gonna take this. We have that short-term low, or that sell side. Sell side, and then we have short-term high. Waiting for that short-term high to get swept, and for price to open above that short-term high. Just would give us more confirmation that price wants to keep on climbing higher. I'm already liking this rejection off this midpoint here on that blue, so that red circle. Those wicks tapped into the midpoint, but the bodies are opening above it. Now we're approaching the first percent fair value gap. Still trading like, it's still below the midpoint, so as long as we get a nice rip and it takes out that short-term high, then I will feel more confident about it, about going into a long after it crosses at 200 EMA, and then we open above the VWAP. Confirmation of the volume. If not, then price is probably going to keep on trending downwards, but we just have to wait and see. I'm going to play some music in the background. I'm not sure if YouTube is going to later on allow me to upload it, but I guess it's just one of those streams, right? So I'm going to play some of this deep focus music. Mute that real quick. It has an ad. asleep. There you go. Much better. Some of that hyper focus mode concentration music for productivity work. Okay, finally starting to see some more activity here. Let's see if it gets animated. As a matter of fact, I'm over here multitasking. So I'm planning on opening a Discord, but not right now. I'm trying to get more people to subscribe to my channel, and then from there I'll open the Discord once I have at least a good solid month or 2 months of results trading with this strategy by simply following some simple steps, right? As long as you trade trading mechanically, the goal here is to obviously execute your trade following these steps, and don't worry about the profits. You want to perfect your strategy and make it the best as possible. I guess my goal in the future would be also to continue streaming as well. It does keep me accountable, and I I wouldn't want to break any rules, obviously, whenever I'm online. But whenever I do stream in the future, I would like to have a pretty cool setup at home. I already have a decent setup, but once I replace the income from 9 to 5, then I will be able to leave the 9 to 5 and then obviously trade full time. But for right now, I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing. Although it does seem a little bit messed up, right? Because I am trading while being at work, but it is what it is, bro. I like that rejection from that candle. Let's see if we manage to open above that midpoint on that 29,690. That's what I'm aiming for. By the way, we're also in the Silver Bullet AM macro. So we got these. Seems like crypto is actually pumping. It's just crazy. There's a few cryptos that I was actually keeping an eye on, like Venice token, a few other cryptos, but not too much into crypto right now. Just kind of sitting on the sidelines. I mean, it's a good opportunity. to be honest with you. Not financial advice, but I feel like it's a great buying opportunity. So, I mean, unless there's something else brewing in Iran, but you just never know. Seriously, bro? The latest news, it says Iran fails to strike deal with U.S. as deadline passes, and Trump calls for white flag of surrender. So, this is from August 18th. I'm not sure what all that means, but or what's going to happen next. But it feels like never ending. It's just back and forth, back and forth. They're just like, they're worse than children, man. It's crazy. Talk about manipulating the markets, man. It's just insane. But so it looks like we won't get any activity until the next macro. So it's going to take a few more minutes. About, I would say about a good solid 15-20 minutes until we see some more activity. Yeah, so as long as we stay above this new week opening gap, then I will feel more confident about price continuing higher. It's just kind of stuck in here. It's trading sideways. It's like in a consolidation.
Security. We're going to be getting on the roof. It's over 24 and the ladder number 14. You can combine unlock the your bigger ship. Thank you.
So I'm only going to strain for this next upcoming macro. That's it. If I don't see any potential setup, then I'm just going to end the stream there. I don't want to be in a stream for like hours. All right, so Okay, so we did open below the midpoint of a new week opening gap. I mean, this could be a potential short continuation to the downside, and then having to stop just like above that high, targeting these lows here could be a potential setup. But again, I'm still more inclined to the you know what, this could be a potential setup targeting the lower bands. So I think I might even go for this setup. We're trading below the first percent of fair value gap, and it's pretty much gonna rip. Let's see. Yeah, I don't see a good solid buy, even though that's the first thing that was coming to my mind whenever I was first looking at the charts. But we're trading below the VWAP, below the 200 EMA, and also below the 50 EMA. So it's, to me, it looks bearish. So I'm going to take a short here. 1 micro with a stop loss at 29,695. 698, and we're going to target that 440. It's $100. Let's go for it. I'm only going to trade with my 1 micro with this account, on my Lucid account, just to minimize the risk there, right? Just trade with 1 micro. Yeah, whenever I seen price reject off that first percent of fair value, I was like, okay, yeah, it's probably gonna, and also it's already opening below, it opened below in the week opening gap. That's already 2 confirmations that price wants to continue lower. And if price opens below 29,586.75, then yeah, we're gonna continue low, even lower, to 29,400. So let's see if it melts. We're also like 4 minutes away from the actual macro itself. So I would like to see an aggressive bearish candle there. I mean, if it does reverse from here and just rallies, which I don't know. I mean, everything's right now, the trend is bearish. So I'm more inclined to that. If I'm able to lock in about a good $200, that'd be great. But I'm more concerned about following my plan. Not concerned, but I'm more worried about sticking to the plan. So confirmations, and the reason why I entered is, again, we're trading below indicators. That's bearish. To me, we open below a new week opening gap, more confluence. It failed to break above the first percent of fair value gap, And we're also trading below the opening range midpoint. So a lot of reasons to why price needs to go down from here. Okay. We formed a fair value gap. Oh, and on top of that, just to throw it in the mix, we are also trading below the POC. So the POC will act as a resistance level. That's why I placed my stop loss right above it. Then I'm also going to place a fair value gap there box. So don't mind the background noise. I may have to mute the microphone here in a few minutes, but alright, so if you just joined the stream, please give this stream a like and also subscribe. Alright, we're also getting pretty close to the macro time at 10:50, 11:10. If we stay below that fair value gap, that would be perfect. And if we open below the 29,584, even better. Let me go to the 15-minute on my other screen. Then we have some sell side liquidity resting at 29,239. It's a very old low from August 6th, and it's on a Thursday. So if you're on your chart, check that out. Alright, so the 10:50 macro started. Let's see if we manage to keep on pushing lower from here. See, we keep on pushing lower. There it is. Beautiful. Beautiful reaction. Now we're trading below the new week opening gap. Let's see if we manage to open below. We have 26 seconds. Let's go. Okay, so we did manage to open below, but again, keep in mind, there could be minor retracements. So let's see if we manage to stay below. Let's see if we manage to stay below this wick. 29,568. Okay, keep on pushing. Then again, I'm just targeting the 29,500 as my take profit. I mean, it could potentially come down to 29,400 because that's where the old low is at. But since we already opened below the midpoint of that wick, that gives me more confidence that this trade could potentially come down to that 29,500 level. Just to protect the account, just to be safe, I'm going to move my stop loss in profit. Just set and forget. And if it does come back and take me out, well, that's it. Call it a day. Not going to try to force anything. All right, still continuing lower. Again, my target is 29,500. So it's getting pretty close to my TP. And I want to take profits here soon. This would be a good solid day. 29,500 is my TP, obviously. I'll be satisfied with that. I don't think that we're going to see a huge move in the AM session just because Asia was just extreme. So all right, so I'm going to lock in these profits here because it's getting close to the end of the macro. So I'm going to close it out here, and that will be it for this stream. I will be streaming again tomorrow, showing my VWAP strategy that I combined with some ICT concepts. So stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next one.